1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Pakistan has assured to extend all possible assistance to Afghanistan as death toll from the powerful earthquake in the remote border region of the country has risen to over 1,000. President and Prime Minister, in their separate condolence messages, have expressed a deep grief and sorrow over the loss of precious lives in Afghanistan. Prime Minister has thanked overseas Pakistanis for sending $57 million in a day that helped the Russian digital accounts cross $4.5 billion in total deposits. A European Union monitoring mission arrived in Islamabad today to assess implementation of 27 international conventions to which Pakistan is a signatory. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly rejected the normalcy claim of Modi-led fascist regime in the held territory. Pakistan Cricket Board has announced an 18-member national squad for two-match test series against Sri Lanka. And now the news in detail. In Afghanistan, the total death toll has risen to over 1,000 over a strong earthquake measuring 6.1 on Richter's scale hit remote border region of the country overnight. According to the officials, hundreds of people have been injured and the death toll is expected to rise as a rescuer dig through collapsed dwelling. Helicopters were deployed in the rescue effort to reach the injured and fly in medical supplies and food. Taliban leader Habatullah Akhundzada said hundreds of houses have been destroyed and the death toll is likely to rise. President Dr. Arif Alvi and Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif have expressed grief and sorrow over the loss of precious lives in an earthquake in Afghanistan. In a tweet, the president said Pakistan stands with its Afghan brethren in this hour of grief. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, in his condolence message, said that Pakistan would provide all possible assistance to the people of Afghanistan. The Prime Minister said he has issued directives to the authorities concerned to provide necessary relief assistance to the government of Afghanistan. He also prayed for those who lost their lives and expressed sympathy with the affected families. Meanwhile, the Foreign Office in a statement said the people of Pakistan stand in strong solidarity with their Afghan brethren in this difficult time. He said our authorities and institutions are working to extend required assistance to Afghanistan in coordination with their relevant institutions. Chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee and Services Chiefs have also offered condolences over tragic loss of precious lives and damage to infrastructure due to earthquake and torrential floods in various areas of Afghanistan. According to ISPR, armed forces of Pakistan are ready to provide all possible humanitarian assistance to the people of Afghanistan. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Mariam Aurangzeb has said that relief goods are being sent for the earthquake-affected people of Afghanistan on the direction of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. In a statement, she said the emergency relief goods include food, tents, blankets, and other essential items. The minister said that the National Disaster Management Authority, on the direction of the Prime Minister, arranged the relief goods. UNICEF Afghanistan has said that the situation in Afghanistan's eastern provinces hit by earthquake is getting worse. In a statement, Chief of Communication for UNICEF Samantha Mott said access to the remote provinces is complicated by recent landslides due to heavy rainfall, but that UNICEF's teams are able to reach some of the affected areas. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has thanked the overseas Pakistanis for sending $57 million in a day that helped the Russian digital accounts cross $4.5 billion in total deposits. In a tweet today, the Prime Minister said he is happy that yesterday State Bank received the largest inflow in a day ever. The Prime Minister thanked the overseas Pakistanis for reposing trust in their motherland. He expressed full support and patronage to the Russian digital account scheme. Shehbaz Sharif said our government stands firmly behind the Russian digital account scheme. The Prime Minister termed overseas Pakistanis an asset to the country who always contributed positively towards strengthening the national economy. He said we are sure to come up to the expectations of overseas Pakistanis after overcoming the economic crisis, and the government is taking steps for providing facilitation to the expatriates. The ambassador of Turkmenistan, Atajjan Mavalov, called on Defence Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif in Islamabad today. They discussed ways to enhance and strengthen mutual cooperation in the field of defense between the two countries. Speaking on the occasion, the defense minister said Pakistan continues to maintain and will further enhance cooperation with Turkmenistan within the framework of the Economic Cooperation Organization and other regional international groups. He said Pakistan and Turkmenistan share a common goal of regional stability, security, peace, and thus both countries can closely collaborate in implementation of counter-terrorism measures. The ambassador appreciated Pakistan's defense capabilities and opined that two countries have good potential for extensive collaboration in the field of defense and for economic cooperation. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Hina Rabbani Kaur will lead Pakistan's delegation to the two-day 26th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting being held in Rwanda on Friday. She will also attend the Foreign Affairs meetings tomorrow. The Minister of State will hold bilateral meetings with several world leaders on the sidelines of the event. The leaders of the 54 member countries of the Commonwealth will hold discussions, among others, on issues related to the youth, technology, and innovation and various global challenges. Hina Rabbani Kaur will present Pakistan's perspective at the plenary as well as other discussions during this important Commonwealth event. A European Union monitoring mission arrived in Islamabad today to assess the implementation of 27 international conventions to which Pakistan is a signatory. In a statement, European Union mission in Pakistan said that the delegation includes the European Commission's Directorates General for Trade and Employment, Social Affairs and Inclusion, and officials from the European External Action Service. The Generalized Scheme of Preferences Plus, GSP Plus, provides wide-ranging tariff preferences for imports to the EU from vulnerable developing countries to support poverty eradication, sustainable development, and their participation in the global economy and reinforce good governance. According to the statement, GSP Plus has been very beneficial for Pakistani businesses, increasing their exports to the EU market by 65% since the country joined GSP Plus in 2014. All-party Hurriyat Conference leadership has strongly rejected the normalcy claim propagated by the Modi-led fascist Indian regime in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. According to Kashmir Media Service, the APHC leadership in a statement in Srinagar said that killing of innocent Kashmiris on daily basis flies directly in the face of Indian government's all is well mantra. APHC leadership said in a bid to hoodwink the international community, India has always harped on painting an all is okay picture in the occupied territory. Meanwhile, Kashmiri students are bearing the brunt of multiple lockdowns coupled with unending series of cordon and search operations, raids and crackdowns stepped up by Indian troops in Jammu and Kashmir, particularly after August 2019's illegal actions. Pakistan Cricket Board has announced an 18-member national test squad for the tour of Sri Lanka. Babar Azam will lead the squad in 2 test match series. Squad includes Mohammad Rizwan vice captain, Abdullah Shafiq, Azhar Ali, Fahim Ashraf, Fawad Alam, Haris Rauf, Hassan Ali, Imam ul-Haq, Muhammad Nawaz, Naseem Shah, Noman Ali, Salman Ali Agha, Sarfaraz Ahmed, Saud Shakil, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Shan Masood and Yasir Shah. The first test match will be played at Gale from 16th to 28th of next month, while second test at Colombo from 24th to 28th of next month. And finally, the weather. Rain, wind, thunder shower is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Pothohar region, South Punjab, Upper Sindh, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir during the next 12 hours. Hot and humid weather is likely in rest of the countries. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.